First Contact's Price. Admiral Sarah Chen stood at the viewport of Orbital Defense Station Delta, her weathered face illuminated by Earth's blue glow. 30 years of service hadn't prepared her for this moment. The alien vessel had appeared without warning, materializing just beyond lunar orbit in a burst of violet energy that overwhelmed every sensor array in the solar system. "Status report," she commanded, voice steady despite the tension coiling in her stomach. "Single vessel, Admiral. Length approximately 12 kilometers. Energy readings." Lieutenant Rodriguez paused, double-checking his instruments. "Energy readings are off the scale. They're broadcasting on all frequencies, using perfect standard English." The message repeated across every screen and speaker. "Humanity of Sol System. The Galactic Concordat acknowledges your species' advancement to pre-FTL status. As per Protocol 7249, you are hereby required to submit to Concordat authority. Your resources and labor will serve the greater galactic community. Resistance will result in immediate pacification. You have 48 Earth hours to comply." Chen's jaw tightened. She'd spent her career preparing Earth's defenses, but this wasn't the first contact scenario anyone had expected. "Get me the Security Council. Now." In the underground chambers beneath Geneva, humanity's leaders gathered in emergency session. The holographic displays showed the alien vessel, a massive construct of crystalline structures and dark metal that seemed to absorb light itself. "They're lying," Dr. Maya Patel declared, her Indian accent clipped with anger. As Earth's leading xenoanthropologist, she dedicated her life to preparing for this moment. "This isn't about galactic law or protocol. The timing is too convenient." Chen nodded. "Elaborate." "We're on the verge of cracking FTL travel. The Hawking Initiative is weeks away from their first test. They're not here to welcome us. They're here to stop us before we can join them as equals." The Security Council chamber erupted in worried murmurs. Humanity had suspected they weren't alone in the universe, but to face such naked aggression at their first contact. "We have options," General Marcus Santos interjected, activating a secure holographic display. "Project Phoenix." The room fell silent. Project Phoenix was humanity's best-kept secret, a revolutionary defensive system developed from recovered alien technology found in the Atacama Desert decades ago. They'd kept it hidden, suspecting this day might come. "The facility is buried 2 kilometers beneath Mount Cheyenne," Santos continued. "We've developed quantum-based defensive systems that can analyze and adapt to any weapons signature in real time. But it's never been tested against actual alien tech." Chen studied the specifications. The Phoenix system was elegant in its simplicity. It didn't try to match the aliens' raw power. Instead, it turned their own energy against them, like in technological Aikido. "What about the civilian population?" asked Premier Lai Wei. "We can't evacuate every major city in 48 hours. "We don't have to," Chen replied, a plan forming. "We make ours stand in space. If we can demonstrate we're not the easy target they think we are, we might force them to negotiate." Dr. Petal shook her head. "The Concordat doesn't negotiate. From what we've decoded in the Atacama artifacts, they expand through subjugation. They've done this before, to countless civilizations. Then we'll be the first to beat them," Chen declared. "General Santos, how quickly can we deploy Phoenix?" "The orbital platforms are already in place, disguised as communication satellites. We can have the system online in 12 hours. "Do it, and get me everything we have on their ship's design. If they've done this before, they're probably using standardized tactics. That's their weakness. They won't expect innovation." As the leaders dispersed to prepare their respective nations, Chen returned to the orbital station. The alien vessel hadn't moved, projecting its ultimatum with unwavering confidence. They thought they were dealing with primitives, barely out of their planetary cradle. "Begin evacuation of non-essential personnel," she ordered, "and get me a direct channel to the Phoenix Control Center." In the depths of Mount Cheyenne, engineers and scientists worked frantically to bring humanity's secret weapon online. The quantum cores hummed to life, their crystalline matrices glowing with possibilities of future victories or extinction. Lieutenant Rodriguez approached with a tablet. "Admiral, we're detecting smaller craft launching from the Concordat vessel. Looks like they're establishing a perimeter." Chen smiled grimly. "Good. Let them think we're cornered. Lieutenant, send a message to our guest. The people of Earth have received your message. We request a 6-hour extension to prepare our response." "Yes, Admiral. But why 6 hours?" "Because, Lieutenant, we only need 4 to be ready. Let them think they've granted us a mercy. Pride is a weakness, regardless of what species you are." As Earth's cities darkened in a carefully orchestrated blackout, humanity prepared for its greatest test. In labs and bunkers across the globe, scientists and soldiers worked together, knowing they were about to change the course of human history. The Concordat had expected submission. They were about to learn that humanity had other plans. The hidden edge. Dr. Isabella Santos moved through the gleaming corridors of the Phoenix Control Center, her footsteps echoing against steel and composite materials that didn't officially exist. The quantum core pulsed with a soft azure glow, its crystalline matrix processing data faster than any conventional computer ever built. "Final diagnostics are complete," her assistant, Dr. James Chen, reported. "The quantum resonance patterns are stable. We're as ready as we'll ever be." Isabella traced her fingers along the control panel, remembering the 15 years she'd spent unlocking the secrets of the Atacama artifact. What they'd learned had changed everything. Not just about physics, but about humanity's place in the universe. "Show me the latest scan of their defense grid," she commanded. The holographic display materialized, showing the Concordat vessel and its support craft in perfect detail. Their energy signatures pulsed in complex but predictable patterns, a symphony of power that spoke of absolute confidence in their technological superiority. "They're using the nested frequency matrix," James observed. "Each layer reinforces the others. It's elegant and inflexible," Isabella added. "They've optimized their systems over centuries, probably millennia. But optimization breeds vulnerability. They've forgotten how to adapt." Above them, Admiral Chen's voice crackled through the comm system. "Dr. Santos, status report. Phoenix is ready, Admiral. But there's something you need to know. We've detected a pattern in their shield modulation. They're not just confident, they're arrogant. Their defensive systems are running at minimum power." "They don't consider us a threat," Chen replied. "Good. What's your assessment of the Phoenix system's capabilities?" Isabella smiled. "The quantum core doesn't just analyze energy patterns, it learns from them. Every second we scan their systems, Phoenix becomes more effective at countering them. We're not just building a shield, we're creating an adaptive immune system for the entire planet." In orbit, the Concordat's deadline approached its final hour. Their smaller vessels had arranged themselves in a precise geometric pattern around Earth, ready to begin what they assumed would be a simple subjugation of another primitive species. A new message thundered across Earth's communications networks. "Your extended deadline expires in 30 minutes. Prepare to receive Concordat governance protocols. Resistance will result in immediate planetary sterilization." In the Security Council chamber, world leaders watched as Admiral Chen laid out humanity's response plan. "The moment they attack, they'll target our major military installations first. That's when Phoenix activates." "Dr. Santos." Isabella's hologram appeared before the council. "The system works in 3 phases. First, it analyzes their weapon signatures. Then it generates a quantum interference pattern that doesn't just block their attacks. It redirects the energy. Finally, it learns from each interaction, becoming more efficient with every exchange." "And you're certain it will work?" Premier Lai asked. "What I'm certain of is that we've built something they've never seen before. The Concordat relies on overwhelming force and standardized protocols. Phoenix is the opposite. It's adaptive, creative, fundamentally unpredictable, just like humanity." In orbit, Lieutenant Rodriguez monitored the Concordat fleet's movements. "Admiral, they're powering up weapon systems. Energy readings are spiking across all vessels." "Right on schedule," Chen nodded. "Dr. Santos, initiate Phoenix. All defense stations, maintain radio silence. Let them think their first strike succeeded." The quantum core beneath Mount Cheyenne pulsed brighter, its crystalline lattices spinning up to full power. Across the globe, hidden emitters awakened, ready to envelope Earth in humanity's greatest technological achievement. The Concordat's attack began with a simultaneous strike from all vessels, a dazzling display of energy weapons that lit up the sky like artificial aurora. To any conventional detection system, it would have appeared that Earth's major military installations had been vaporized. But in the Phoenix Control Center, Isabella watched with fierce pride as the quantum field performed exactly as designed. The alien energy weapons didn't impact their targets. Instead, they were caught in a complex web of quantum interactions, their power dissipated and redirected. "Energy absorption at 60% and climbing," James reported. "The system is learning, adapting to each new frequency they throw at us. It's beautiful." Above them, the Concordat vessels paused their attack, clearly confused by the lack of destruction. Their second volley came seconds later, with twice the power, and achieved exactly the same result. "Admiral," Isabella called, "Phoenix is ready for Phase 2. We can start redirecting their energy whenever you give the word." Chen's voice was steel and satisfaction. "Show them what happens when you underestimate humanity, Doctor. Execute Phase 2. The quantum field shifted, and suddenly every joule of energy the Concordat had expended came rushing back at them, transformed by passage through the quantum matrix into frequencies their shields couldn't possibly have been designed to handle. In orbit, the smaller Concordat vessels began to falter, their perfect formation disrupted as they dealt with cascading shield failures. The main vessel's response was immediate, a massive energy surge that suggested they were about to deploy their ultimate weapon. "Let them," Isabella whispered to her team. "The more power they use, the more we have to work with." The quantum core pulsed faster, brighter, ready to prove that humanity's greatest strength had always been its ability to turn adversity into advantage. The real battle for Earth was about to begin. Battle for Sol. The main Concordat vessel's hull began to shift, crystalline structures realigning into what could only be a primary weapon configuration. Energy readings exceeded anything humanity's sensors had ever detected, building toward what the alien aggressors clearly intended to be a decisive strike. "They're targeting multiple points simultaneously," Lieutenant Rodriguez reported, his hand steady despite the tension. "Energy signature suggests some kind of quantum cascade weapon." Admiral Chen's expression remained neutral, but her eyes gleamed. "Dr. Santos, is Phoenix ready?" "More than ready," Isabella's voice came through clear and confident. "The quantum core has mapped their entire weapons matrix. We're not just defending anymore. We can predict their attack patterns." The Concordat's weapon fired, a blinding lance of violet energy that split into dozens of smaller beams, each targeting a major population center. For a moment, the sky itself seemed to burn, but where the beams met Earth's atmosphere, they encountered something unprecedented. The Phoenix field didn't just absorb the attack, it transformed it. The violent energy was caught in a complex web of quantum interactions, twisted and redirected through mathematical dimensions the Concordat had never considered. Their own power became their undoing. "Multiple shield failures detected across their fleet," Rodriguez announced. "Their smaller vessels are dropping out of formation." In the Phoenix Control Center, Isabella watched the quantum core's crystalline matrix pulse with absorbed power. "Admiral, we have a unique opportunity. Their main vessel's weapons are still cycling. If we redirect their own energy through our quantum filters." "Do it," Chen commanded. "Show them exactly what humanity is capable of." The Phoenix system engaged its offensive protocols for the first time. Earth's atmosphere lit up with auroral displays as captured energy rushed back toward the Concordat fleet, transformed into frequencies that cut through their defensive systems like they didn't exist. 3 of the smaller vessels lost power completely, drifting out of position. The main ship's crystalline structures began to crack, unable to handle the strain of their own reflected power. Incoming transmission, Rodriguez reported. They're requesting a ceasefire. Chen's smile was razor-sharp. Put them through. The holographic display showed a being that appeared to be made of living crystal and light, its voice resonating with harmonics that suggested both age and disbelief. This is impossible. Your species is pre-FTL. You cannot possess this level of quantum manipulation technology. Perhaps, Chen replied, you should have asked what we were capable of before attempting to subjugate us. Earth is not some primitive world for you to exploit. We are humanity, and we will not submit. The crystalline being's form flickered with what might have been anger or fear. You don't understand. The Concordat maintains order. Structure. Your species' unpredictability threatens everything we've built. No, Isabella cut in, stepping into view of the transmission. You're the ones who don't understand. Unpredictability, adaptation, innovation. These aren't weaknesses. They're the reason we survived to reach the stars. And now they're the reason you've lost this battle. The quantum core surged again, sending another wave of transformed energy toward the Concordat fleet. More crystalline structures shattered, and the smaller vessels began emergency maneuvers to retreat. You have a choice, Chen declared. Withdraw your forces and acknowledge Earth's sovereignty, or we'll be forced to demonstrate even more of humanity's unpredictability. The main vessel's energy readings fluctuated wildly as the Concordat commander processed this ultimatum. They had never encountered a species that could turn their own power against them so effectively. Their entire strategy had been based on the assumption of technological supremacy. Admiral, Isabella's voice was urgent. They're attempting to reconfigure their quantum matrix. I think they're trying to adapt their shields to match our frequency patterns. Too late, Chen replied. Dr. Santos, execute Protocol Omega. The Phoenix system engaged its final transformation sequence. Every joule of energy the Concordat had expended during the battle had been stored, analyzed, and improved upon. Now it was released in a single devastating burst that overwhelmed their hastily modified defenses. The crystalline being's image stuttered. Wait, we can negotiate. Yes, Chen agreed. We can. But first, you're going to learn something about humanity that your Concordat seems to have forgotten in all its ages of expansion. We negotiate as equals, or not at all. The main vessel's weapons powered down, its crystalline structures dim and fractured. Around it, the remaining support ships maintained their retreat positions. For the first time in its long history, the Galactic Concordat had met a species that didn't just resist subjugation, but proved capable of defeating their most advanced technology. In the Phoenix Control Center, Isabella watched the quantum core's readings stabilize. They had won this battle, but she knew it was only the beginning. The Concordat wouldn't forget this defeat easily, and humanity would need to be ready for whatever came next. Admiral, she called, I think it's time we showed them exactly what else we've learned from the Atacama artifact. After all, if they're so concerned about pre-FTL civilizations, perhaps we should demonstrate that we're not one anymore. Hearts of steel. Deep within the Phoenix Control Center, Isabella paced before a holographic display of the damaged Concordat vessel. Its crystalline structure had begun a slow self-repair process, but the ship remained vulnerable. The perfect opportunity for humanity's next move. The quantum core has mapped their entire internal structure, she explained to the assembled team of special operators. Every deck, every system, every security measure. But what we're about to attempt has never been done before. Captain Maya Patel, leader of the infiltration team, studied the hologram intently. Her cybernetic eyes, cutting-edge military tech that the Concordat hadn't detected, scanned and memorized every detail. You're saying we can use the Phoenix system to teleport aboard their vessel? Not exactly teleport, Isabella corrected. The quantum core can create a momentary tunnel through subspace, using their own shield frequencies as a carrier wave. You'll have exactly 30 seconds to get your team through before their systems detect the intrusion. Admiral Chen's hologram materialized in the briefing room. This mission is volunteer only. Once you're aboard, we can't guarantee extraction. If you're captured, we won't be. Maya interrupted, her voice firm. My team has trained for this possibility since the Atacama artifact was discovered. We're ready. The infiltration team consisted of 6 operators, each chosen for their unique skills and enhanced capabilities that humanity had kept hidden from alien observation. Besides Maya's cybernetic sensory system, there was Dr. Marcus Wong, whose neural implants could interface directly with alien technology. Sarah O'Connor, whose modified nervous system gave her reflexes faster than any natural human. The twins, Aiden and Ava Chen, whose synchronized quantum implants allowed them to process tactical situations with unprecedented speed. And James Rodriguez, whose experimental nanotech augmentation made him nearly invisible to most sensing systems. Our primary objective, Maya continued, is their central data core. The Concordat has information about every species they've encountered, every technology they've suppressed. With that knowledge, we can prepare for whatever comes next. Isabella approached the quantum core, its crystalline structure pulsing with captured energy from the battle. We'll only have one shot at this. The moment you breach their hull, they'll begin adapting their security protocols. That's all we need, Maya assured her. The captain turned to her team, seeing the same determination in their enhanced eyes that she felt in her own. Gear up. We move in 20 minutes. As the team prepared, Admiral Chen spoke privately with Maya. The Council is divided on this mission. Some think we should negotiate from our current position of strength, not risk escalation. And what do you think, Admiral? I think the Concordat needs to learn that humanity isn't just technologically capable. We're willing to take risks they can't imagine. Good hunting, Captain. The infiltration team assembled in the quantum transmission chamber, their advanced combat suits designed to work in concert with their augmentations. Each carried weapons that combined human innovation with reverse-engineered alien tech. Another surprise for their would-be conquerors. Quantum tunnel initiating. Isabella's voice came through their comm systems. Remember, you'll emerge in their secondary engineering section. Their internal sensors are still damaged from our attack, but don't count on that advantage lasting long. The air before them began to shimmer as the Phoenix system created a bridge through subspace. Maya checked her team one last time, seeing nothing but readiness in their faces. They had trained their entire lives for this moment, to prove that humanity's greatest strength wasn't just its technology, but its courage to use it. Portal stability at 100%, Isabella announced. You have 30 seconds. Good luck. Maya led her team through the quantum tunnel. The sensation was indescribable, like being unmade and remade in the space between heartbeats. They emerged in a corridor of living crystal, their enhanced senses immediately adapting to the alien environment. Spread out, standard formation. Maya subvocalized, her cybernetic systems transmitting to her team on frequencies the Concordat couldn't detect. Marcus, start your hack. Aiden and Ava, take point. Sarah, watch R6. James, you're on Overwatch. The corridor's crystalline walls pulsed with internal light, creating patterns that would have been disorienting to unaugmented humans. But Maya's team moved with practiced precision, their enhanced capabilities turning the alien environment to their advantage. Marcus interfaced with a crystal node, his neural implants processing the alien data architecture. Their security systems are elegant, but rigid. No creativity in their protocols, mapping the fastest route to the data core now. They encountered their first Concordat security team 3 decks later. The crystalline beings moved with fluid grace, their bodies weapons in themselves, but they had never faced humans like these. Sarah moved faster than the aliens could track, her enhanced reflexes making their movements seem glacial. The twins' synchronized combat protocols let them anticipate and counter every defensive formation. James simply vanished from their sensors, appearing where they least expected. "We're being too effective," Maya realized as they fought. They never expected physical infiltration. Their whole defense strategy is built around energy weapons and shield harmonics. They don't know how to handle direct combat. Through the Phoenix system's quantum link, Isabella's voice reached them. "Captain, their main systems are coming back online faster than anticipated. You have 10 minutes before their internal defenses fully restore." Maya pushed her team harder, driving deeper into the vessel's crystalline heart. Every step revealed more about their adversaries, their over-reliance on technology, their lack of tactical flexibility, their fundamental inability to comprehend a species that refused to follow expected patterns. They were about to teach the Concordat its most important lesson about humanity. Sometimes the most dangerous weapon isn't the most powerful one. It's the one your enemy never sees coming. Breaking the chains. The Concordat vessel's data core towered before Maya's team, a massive crystalline structure that pulsed with the accumulated knowledge of countless civilizations. Marcus interfaced with the nearest access node, his neural implants processing alien code faster than any conventional computer. "This is incredible," he breathed. "They've been doing this for millennia. Finding emerging civilizations, forcing them into submission, stealing their innovations while suppressing their development." Maya's cybernetic eyes scanned the vast chamber. How many species? Thousands. Some were completely destroyed when they resisted. Others were reduced to pre-industrial states. But Marcus paused, his expression shifting from horror to revelation. They made a fundamental mistake. They stored everything, including the technologies they suppressed. Through their quantum link, Isabella's voice crackled with urgency. "Captain, we're detecting massive energy buildups throughout their fleet. I think they're attempting something desperate." Admiral Chen cut in. "They're calling for reinforcements, multiple quantum signatures appearing at the edge of the system. We need that data now." Maya nodded to Marcus. "Begin the upload. James, Ava, Aiden, defensive positions. Sarah, watch that main entrance. They'll throw everything they have at us once they realize what we're doing." The data transfer began, terabytes of suppressed knowledge flooding through Marcus's neural interface into encrypted quantum channels. Technologies that could reshape worlds, unlock the fundamental forces of the universe, and free countless subjugated species. The first wave of Concordat defenders hit their position like a crystalline tide. But humanity's enhanced soldiers proved why they had been chosen for this mission. Sarah moved through the enemy ranks like lightning, her augmented reflexes making their movements seem sluggish. The twins operated in perfect synchronization, each strike and counter-strike flowing into the next. "Incoming transmission," Isabella announced. "They're broadcasting on all frequencies." The crystalline commander's voice resonated through the chamber. "You don't understand what you're doing. The knowledge in that core, it must be controlled. Order must be maintained." "No," Maya responded, her cybernetic systems analyzing and exploiting weaknesses in the next wave of defenders. "You're the ones who never understood. Evolution isn't about control. It's about adaptation, innovation, freedom to grow." Marcus's voice was strained but triumphant. "Upload at 60%. But there's something else here. Admiral, are you seeing this?" In the Phoenix Control Center, Isabella studied the incoming data with growing amazement. These aren't just technical specifications. They're resistance movements, underground networks on every suppressed world. The Concordat doesn't have as much control as they think. "Send it all," Chen commanded. "Every suppressed world, every resistance group. Let them see what's possible." The chamber shook as the Concordat vessel's internal defenses activated, crystalline walls shifting to trap the human intruders. But Maya's team had planned for this. James deployed quantum disruptors, devices that turned the vessel's own energy against it, creating safe zones in the chaos. "Upload at 90%, Marcus reported. But their reinforcements are almost here. We're out of time. Maya made her decision. Isabella, remember that FTL drive you were testing? The one based on the Atacama artifact. It's untested, Captain. We don't know if. Now would be a good time to test it. Calculate a jump that puts Earth's entire defense fleet between us and their reinforcements. Let's show them what happens when you give humanity access to advanced technology. Through the quantum link, they heard Chen issuing commands. The Phoenix system powered up to unprecedented levels, its crystalline matrix interfacing with the newly installed FTL drives across Earth's defense fleet. The universe seemed to hold its breath. Then everything happened at once. The data upload completed. Earth's fleet made its first FTL jump, appearing in perfect formation to face the incoming Concordat reinforcements. And Maya's team activated their emergency quantum recall, their enhanced bodies dissolving into streams of data, just as the chamber's defenses collapsed. They rematerialized in the Phoenix Control Center as alarms blared. On the main display, they watched Earth's fleet engage the Concordat reinforcements. But this time, humanity wasn't just defending. Their ships moved with impossible precision, using adapted Concordat technology, combined with human innovation, in ways the aliens had never imagined. Broadcasting on all frequencies, Chen announced, to the Galactic Concordat and all suppressed worlds. The age of enforced stagnation is over. Humanity refuses to be confined, and we offer the same choice to every species you've tried to control. Evolution cannot be stopped. Innovation cannot be contained. The future belongs to those brave enough to embrace it. The Concordat fleet hung motionless in space as their own suppressed technologies were turned against them. On thousands of worlds across the galaxy, resistance movements received the technical data and support they had waited generations for. In the Phoenix Control Center, Maya watched the sensor displays with her enhanced vision as the first messages of support began arriving from other species. She turned to Isabella, who was already studying the downloaded data with fierce intensity. "What do you think they'll do now?" Maya asked. Isabella smiled. "They'll adapt, or they'll fall behind. That's how evolution works. But thanks to you and your team, they'll have to do it as equals, not conquerors." Admiral Chen's hologram appeared before them. "The Concordat commander is requesting a channel. I think they're ready to discuss terms." "Good," Maya replied, her team gathering around her with pride in their enhanced eyes. "Let's teach them about humanity's favorite concept, cooperation." Above them, Earth's first FTL-capable fleet held position, a testament to what humanity could achieve when pushed to its limits. They had not only defended their world but changed the galaxy forever. The age of the Concordat was over. The age of innovation had begun.